What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and today I am doing the 2018 Wild-Eye film Alien Scum from the Wild-Eye Raw and Extreme line. Now, this was given to me by Wild-Eye on the last package they sent me, and to my surprise, when I looked at it today and decided to do the review and I read the back, I found out that this is actually the movie Bread and Circus, which was released by Wild-Eye in 2003. It is a Norwegian film directed by Martin Loke. Yes, this is the exact same movie as Bread and Circus. So if you've seen Bread and Circus, you know what I'm about to talk about. I was going to wait and do this review tomorrow. I thought that I needed to let this movie sink in. But then I also decided I wanted to do it while it was fresh in my mind. And I also was thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? Let me tell you something, guys. Them fucking Norwegians are fucking insane. I'm telling you. Gotta love them, though. Love me some Lilyhammer, too. Yeah, Norwegians, you guys are fucking out there. I'm telling you. Starring Oliver Boulay as Oliver, who is the hero in this. Now, he is the gentleman who shows up around 45 minutes into the film and starts taking everybody out. That's who he is. He is not the main character of the movie that we see from the beginning. He is known as the Fugitive. So let me just break this down for you, okay? Fugitive is a man who was born fully grown out of, let's just call it Mother Earth's vagina on a faraway planet. It's literally a vagina in the ground, and he literally is birthed up out of it. And there's, a globe. They do these pull away shots where you see the Earth, the globe, with two giant legs around it. Very weird. Very fucking weird. Later on, there's an asshole. And basically, the movie follows his life all the way through being young, all the way up to old. He puts down his life story. He becomes one with something, the light or something, and goes out over the ocean and disappears. And he leaves his life story carved on a tablet for this young couple, one of which is a woman and the other is our main character, Oliver, to find, and they decide to take out the oppressive regime that is holding everybody on this planet down. There is a lot of innuendo and a lot of references and symbolism in this film to oppression, to tyranny, and to appeasement. And that is where the term bread and circus comes from. The term bread and circus is actually an ancient Roman term coined by a Roman poet named Juvenal. And Juvenal, when he quoted the term bread and circus, what he meant was food and entertainment. That these were the things given out by the Roman Empire to appease their people. They gave them food and they gave them sport to appease the people superficially so that they could continue to oppress the people. As long as the people were distracted, they didn't realize they were being oppressed. Which is kind of exactly what this movie is saying and what it is talking about. Now, you can't understand that because 90% of the movie is in Norwegian. And the rest of the movie just seems like, what the fuck? It's just a random, bizarro world shit. I'm fucking telling you. It's still pretty fucking awesome just the same. This movie has definitely got some good parts. It's definitely got some bad parts. But overall, it's an enjoyable, fun film, even if you don't know what the hell's going on half the time. Some interesting facts. All of the dialogue and all of the sound in this movie was added in post. It was done in a homemade recording studio. Even the dialogue, the Norwegian and the English dialogue, was all done in post. Instead of catching copyright notices and copyright infringement lawsuits, they decided to use public domain music. So basically, you get a lot of classical music, mostly Beethoven, but you also get some Mozart, and you get a few original pieces. The music is a great counterpoint to what is going on in the film. And it gives the whole thing almost a Monty Python slash Charlie Chaplin comedic feel to it. And that's exactly what I kind of feel about this movie. It's a political body horror, Charlie Chaplin-esque horror comedy that's not really horrific, but it does have that body horror, like gross out kind of horror thing going on. And man, I'm telling you, this movie's fucking nuts, guys. I don't even know. I'm trying to put it into words how I feel about this movie. I'm going to try and give you some cons. I've got two cons. The first one, and there's a few of these on the cons and the pro side, is a what the fuck moment. Okay? So the first con is there is as I said, a lot of symbolism. Well, one of the soldiers, there's a lot of shit that gets shoved up assholes in this movie. Including an asshole that's in the earth. Yes, literally, the earth itself has an asshole. And they actually shove a woman into it. That's not the con. She crawls through to the other side, which is filled with shit. And then she gets shitted out of a goat's ass. Which, I have no idea what the fuck they were trying to say there. But, back to my con. There is a soldier who literally shoves a bottle, a beer bottle or a soda bottle, or some sort of beverage bottle, a glass one, literally up his ass, squats, pulls it out, and then takes a drink from it. I was just like, okay, that's fucking sick. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to say there. It's fucking gross. And that was definitely a what the fuck moment for me. The second con, and the only other con I have, is that 90% of the dialogue in this movie is in Norwegian, and there are no subtitles. So I have no clue what they're actually talking about. You can kind of get the gist of the story of what's going on, but you really don't know what they are actually saying unless you speak the language, which I do not. I speak some German, and there are some similarities, but it is not quite the same. Alright guys, time for the first pro, and also another what the fuck moment. The Mother Earth body parts, the vagina and the asshole. I think I kind of get the concept of what they're going with, but at the same time I was like, what the fuck? But they both looked really good and they were done really well, and they looked realistic as far as like what they were supposed to be. Still really fucking gross. There is a lot of splatter gore in this movie. This is a splatter fest, and there is a lot of gore in it. From heads exploding, to being shot, to being chopped in half with samurai swords. There is a lot of really, really good gore in this movie. Now, I think they said this made for around 600,000 of whatever denomination they use over in Norway. I can't remember what it's called. I used to know it. I don't remember now. But it was made for around that. So technically this was a low budget film for that area. But, I mean, it might have been low budget, but they still got a helicopter. And I thought that was cool. There's a character in this, one of the soldier characters, who drives around a Jeep. And I love that on the front of the Jeep it says Apocalypse Now. Which, I don't know if that was just randomly chosen because it looked cool, or if it was actually a salute to the movie Apocalypse Now. As I touched on briefly before, I loved the music. I love the fact that they used these classical pieces that did bring kind of a weird zaniness to what is an already zany film. It kind of gave a counterpoint to all the craziness that was going on, and it did really remind me of the early, 20s, 30s, 40s silent films of people like Charlie Chaplin. There's a scene where the chick that drives the Apocalypse Now machine, she dresses up like a Harry Potter student, goes into a dungeon, lights a tiki torch, fucks a dude who is handcuffed to a chair, and then stabs him in the throat while fucking him, while yet there is like an altar set up and she's lighting things with a tiki torch. And I couldn't help but really laugh and think, this reminds me of that fucking rally that those fucking white supremacist assholes had in what was it, or not Baltimore, or where the fuck it was, Charlottesville, a few years back, and they were all carrying tiki torches. I was like, huh, where's the white supremacist fuckers at? And for all I know, that's what some of these people were. I don't fucking speak the language. I have no idea what they were saying that they were, struggling against. It was definitely some sort of oppression. I just don't know exactly what. As I said, going into the planet's asshole, gross as shit, but very funny. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed that part. Watching this chick get pushed into the asshole and then having to go through it. And then, inexplicably, and I have no idea what this means, she gets shit out of a goat's ass. I don't know. I don't get it. At the end of this film, the first quote-unquote alien that we see, like flying around in a spaceship alien, comes around, and I'm going to give a spoiler of what happens here. So just so you know. It lowers this penis-looking thing out of its hold and drops it down into the vagina of the planet, and then comes all inside. Yeah. That's basically how I'm going to say it. And then another guy is born, and I'm pretty sure it's the same dude from before. He's born up out of there. And I think what they're trying to say here is no matter what you do, no matter what you accomplish, no matter what goals you think you've achieved, there is always the status quo that will always go on, and it will always be there. So even though the hero killed the king and won the battle, they're still in the same fucking position. It just goes on, and it will never stop. That's just kind of the way life is. That shit will always happen. And I think that's kind of what they were going for there, even though I'm really not sure. I don't fucking know. This movie is fucking insane. It really is fucking insane. But it's entertaining. It is so entertaining. It's funny. You find yourself laughing. You find yourself saying, what the fuck, a lot. And overall, guys, I have to say that this is a movie you just have to experience. So whether you pick up this copy of Alien Scum, which is probably a lot easier to find, or you get yourself a copy of Bread and Circus, then one or the other. Find it, watch it, experience it for yourself. Because this is definitely something you have to experience to sort of understand. Take it from me, guys. This is definitely one worth watching. Even just to say, what the hell did I just watch? Guys, this is Bronco Juggalo. I want to give a big shout out and props to Wild Eye. Thank you for sending me another fucked up movie to watch and to add to my collection. This is Bronco Juggalo. Peace.
Somebody should have told you I'm the wrong one. All fun and games until you see me with the shotgun. Homie, I'm the wrong one, the wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Motherfucker, I'm the wrong one, the wrong one.